In January 2022, the tragic death of Boston police officer John O'Keefe set in motion one of Massachusetts's most controversial criminal trials. The woman at its center was Karen Reed, O'Keefe's girlfriend, accused of striking him with her SUV and leaving him to die in the snow. What followed was a drama of epic proportions, gripping headlines, dividing communities, and exposing the criminal justice system to intense scrutiny. January 28, 2022, began as a typical night out. Friends, laughter, and drinks at Waterfall and Grill in Canton. The group, including Karen Reed and John O'Keefe, moved on to a house party at 34 Fairview Road, home of fellow police officer Brian Albert. It was in the early hours that everything changed. After midnight, Karen Reed reportedly drove O'Keefe to the party. Hours later, in the middle of a blizzard, she returned and found his lifeless body in the snow, near broken glass and fragments of a taillight. Paramedics were called. O'Keefe was pronounced dead at 7:59 a.m. Police were quick to suspect Karen Reed. The evidence seemed damning. Reed's texts and voicemails to O'Keefe revealed tension in their relationship. Forensic tests showed blood alcohol content far above legal limits. Most importantly, a broken taillight on Reed's Lexus SUV matched debris found by O'Keefe's body. Prosecutors alleged that she had backed into him during a heated moment, causing fatal injuries. But the case was far from straightforward. Reed insisted she was innocent, claiming O'Keefe was harmed at the party and then left outside in the elements. The police investigation itself came under fire, marred by accusations of bias, mishandled evidence, and potential misconduct among Canton law enforcement, some of whom were at the party that night. Prosecutors painted a picture of a tumultuous relationship fueled by jealousy and alcohol. They argued that Reed hit O'Keefe with her car, referencing DNA found on her vehicle's taillight and glass shards in the snow. A forensic accident reconstructionist testified that the timing and movements of Reed's SUV aligned with the fatal injuries and scene evidence. Karen Reed's defense was unwavering. They contended that the investigation was a cover-up, designed to protect police allies. Multiple expert witnesses were called. A pathologist suggested O'Keefe's injuries could be from a fall or even a dog attack, rather than a vehicular incident. Digital forensics experts analyzed O'Keefe's phone, supporting an alternative timeline, a version where O'Keefe never made it out of the Albert residence alive. Over the course of the retrial, more than 49 witnesses appeared in court. Among them were medical examiners, police officers, and friends. Some testified that Karen Reed confessed at the scene, allegedly saying, "I hit him." Others refuted those claims or noted inconsistencies in police reports. DNA experts explained that while O'Keefe's DNA was present on the SUV, it could have resulted from secondary transfer. Other samples from the scene also showed DNA from unidentified individuals. The Karen Reed trial quickly became a media spectacle, igniting debates far beyond the courthouse. Crowds of her supporters dressed in pink gathered outside, cheering and making the American Sign Language gesture for "I love you." Influencers and documentary makers amplified her defense online, citing police corruption and judicial bias. The subreddit Justice for Karen Reed gained tens of thousands of followers, turning the trial into a symbol of broader issues within the criminal justice system. In July 2024, Reed's first trial ended in a hung jury, unable to reach a decision. The retrial began in April 2025, culminating in June with unanimous acquittals on murder and manslaughter charges. Karen Reed was found guilty only of operating a vehicle under the influence and sentenced to a year of probation. The outcome sparked jubilation among her supporters, but also fierce criticism from O'Keefe's family and friends, who called the acquittal a miscarriage of justice. As the dust settles, the Karen Reed case remains a lightning rod for debate over crime, police integrity, media coverage, and truth. Reed herself faces a separate civil wrongful death lawsuit brought by the O'Keefe family. Whatever the future holds, the details unraveled in this trial will shape discourse on justice for years to come. Unraveling the death of Officer John O'Keefe reveals the layers and complexities inherent in criminal justice today. It asks, what does it mean to have a fair trial? How do media and public sentiment sway legal outcomes? And at its heart, who speaks for the dead and for those accused? The Karen Reed saga continues, but one thing is clear: the search for answers leaves no one untouched.